Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gascally Stamus from Gearworks.com, back with another episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube. So this morning, I am playing a little bit of Medal of Honor Pacific Assault, as you can certainly tell from the upper left-hand corner. So this is a 2004 release game that came out in the heyday of World War II shooters. And in this time, I was loving it, playing games like the original Call of Duty, as well as MOHA-A, so Medal of Honor Allied Assault. This is Medal of Honor Pacific Assault, or MOPA. Just trying to finish locking my room down for recording. So, unfortunately, you missed some really great set pieces in this game. The attack on Pearl Harbor, being the gunner on a PT boat, being on some of the ships in Pearl Harbor, the Nevada and the Arizona, as in this game they scripted those adventures to look. So I'm not quite certain what's going on here. It says paused.
Watch the flanks!
So you're joining me here on somewhere in the Pacific. I'm not sure exactly where. I don't know if this is Okinawa or what. I've got the audio turned down pretty low because
Nice hit, Willie! That had to be their captain.
move out of the way, guys.
Great shot, Will!
It's been really hard getting my audio mixed down. So I've shot about
Heads up, they're moving in!
4 or 5 demo reels to try and get my audio mixed down. And that has been tough.
Watch your space.
So I just finished one of my first raids. We had a sniper, and we had to go into a temporary little headquarters that they had. Try and ferret him out along with a supporting squad.
That's the last of them! That's all of them!
One of the things that is not good is I don't have my controls really set very well for stance control. So this is a game that allows you to go through crouched, prone, and standing. And the control mapping wound up a little bit wonkier than my norm. So one of the things that I hate is, so first of all, this game has a pretty limited field of view. I feel like it's less than 90 degrees. It's definitely less than 90 degrees.
Careful, everyone. We're not out of the woods yet.
Okay, so that's the end of that mission. But yeah, they also kind of the width of the game path that you can transit down is very narrow. So let's go ahead and run down the hardware that's in play tonight. Hardware and software, I guess. So I am playing on my primary gaming desktop, which has 2 GeForce GTX 1070s in it. Obviously, I do not need all of that power to play a game like this. But I was playing Crysis earlier today, and that definitely benefited from some of the stuff over here. So this is just a retro game that's in my backlog that I kind of wanted to check out. So I'm playing on the primary gaming desktop. I am using my Zalman FG1000 FPS gun mouse today. Just playing a bunch of shooters, so that has been fun.
Team's ready. We'll go on my mark. This trench is just behind the
So
wall.
this does have squad commands, and I have not figured those out. I don't know if I have them mapped correctly. They were mapped to the arrow buttons. And I had to move one of them because I like using my up arrow. Oh, whoa. Wow.
Suppressing fire! Advance! Advance!
Okay, going down.
Advance! I'm reloading! Come on, let's go!
That's very dark.
Let's go!
On these come on. It's very dark on these levels, and there's nothing really that gives the enemy away except the flash of them. Ouch, ouch. What is that coming from?
I'm out! Cover me!
So you can see the squad commands coming up there in the upper right-hand corner.
There's a Jap.
Now, admittedly, the fact that night combat, you know, back in the 1940s, you didn't have a lot of assists. It's probably very realistic.
Reloading.
But after playing a game like Crisis, where you have a lot of game assists, because you're supposed to be a guy in a nano suit, right? And it would make sense that you. Oh man, where is that coming from? But you know, we talked recently on an episode of Enough to Keep Going, and I mentioned that part of the problem with this though is when you're in the real world, you have all 5 of your senses. I would arguably say 6 to leverage when you're in situations like this, right? That help you understand where an enemy is, and you don't have those when you're playing a game, in a flat 2D representation. So I don't mind things like mini maps and things on the HUD. Oh, this is getting a little asymmetric. Oh.
Enemy patrol! I'm going! Move up! Guys, shooting!
Especially like a game on this, which has a highly limited field of view, and on top of that, right, I've got the volume cranked down.
Let's go! Go, go, go!
And the reason I have the volume cranked down is because the game's audio is actually on a,
Pull
come on,
back! Retreat!
where's the dock? I'm gonna get me up.
Move back, guys!
Can somebody attend to him, please? And we're getting eaten up here. And he's coming from multiple angles. Let's see a little bullet sponge effect here, but I think it's fair. But yeah, like I don't have things like so the reason I have the volume turned down is because the speakers are taking an analog audio output feed from my 4K monitor, right? And for some reason they started getting a lot of feedback if I start turning them up too loud. I suspect because, despite the fact that my voiceover commentary isn't actually going to those speakers, that
Let's go, boys! Keep moving! Let's go!
Nope, says we gotta go back this way there, guys.
Careful, Tommy! We're coming! Let's tighten it up, boys!
Alright, so we have to pause this because I have my window open over to my right, and I'm getting way too much early morning sunrise sunlight in here right now. So while I'm lowering the blinds here, let me go ahead and start talking a little bit about the hardware that's in play tonight. So like I said, I'm playing on my primary gaming desktop. For video capture, I'm using the Razer Ripsaw USB 3.0 video game capture device, which is really nice. A lot of people have commented on not being very particular on it, but the weird thing about game capture cards and comments on Amazon is like nobody seems to like any of them. So you kind of take that with a grain of salt. Oh wow, I don't have a sidearm. Okay, that was not my intent when I picked up the sniper rifle. I hate to go in here and have to fight house to house and not have a very quick reacting sidearm. You guys need to get down.
Ambush! Stay down!
Why did you guys?
Nail that sucker! Reloading! We're surrounded! You got him, Tommy!
And what I've got to do is a couple things. I gotta get faster on melee, and so my next objective is over there. So here's a good place to switch to the sniper rifle.
Take it!
Maybe. I thought I had to blast it. Come on. This guy there with a long rifle. Got him. There we go. Guy's friendly symbol totally blocked my line of fire. I missed him. Blast it. Come on. Finally.
Hold your fire. That's all of them.
So like I said, I'm playing with the Razor Ripsaw, recording with the Razor Ripsaw tonight. I don't know. I don't know what that sound is. I'm hearing it. Like, whoa.
They're right behind you, Tom. There's one. I'm moving up. There's one. Gather up. Spread out, boys. There's one. Don't bunch up.
Really? Is there a guy in there or not?
Enemy spotted. Sir, get a grenade on that guy. Nice one, Tommy. By the barrel. Grenade. Check that barrel. Get him. Got one.
Yeah, just come running out. Who his people?
Get him.
Like I was certain people would. Somebody would have taken that guy out. So yeah. So Razor Ripsaw. And then for my voiceover commentary, I'm using my Bees Excellent. I hate that name. Bees Excellent GM1 headset. So a thing that I like about the Razor Ripsaw is it's pretty versatile. It has two 3.5mm jacks in the front, one for an auxiliary input, like if you wanted to do your own music sound. Whoa, what was that? If you wanted to do your own music soundtrack, you could run an MP3 player in, or your smartphone and play copyright-free music from YouTube or something.
That should do it. That was close.
So that's the heartbeat thing I was hearing. I was much lower on health than I thought I was. I was completely reading the coloring on the thing on the meter incorrectly.
Watch the window. Right there.
Okay.
They're on the move.
I'm really suffering from not having a pistol.
Let's take it to them. Cover my reload. There's a Jap. Anyone see him?
Get that guy.
Nail him, fellas.
Yeah, the contrast on this is really rough. So.
Move up, boys. I got contacts. I can't see him.
Ouch. Oh, no.
Anyone see him?
Okay, now I think I realize that that red cross in the middle is my medic. I apologize, I'm having a really horrible allergy day. It hit me since last night. So yeah, so the Razer has two 3.5mm jacks up front, one for an auxiliary audio input and one for your mic. So the Bee's Excellent headset ends in a monopole connector that carries both microphone and headphone. But I have a adapter, a splitter cable on the end of it that I took from my Logitech G230s, which splits that out into discretes. So I'm just playing the in-game audio from the analog connection from my display directly to my speakers. Since I usually when I'm using a headset boom mic, I don't get a lot of bleed over if I coming from. Here we go. You're gonna need to put a grenade in there. Oh no, come on. Seriously? That's not good. Seriously? Did that one go in? That's what my problem is.
We got jams up ahead.
Straight ahead is a machine gun nest. I don't want to take the. Oh. There's another guy in there.
They're running away. They're retreating. Move up.
Yeah, they're retreating, but there's still a man in that machine gun nest. Where the heck is that coming from? Oh, here we go.
Tommy's on the move, y'all.
Good shot.
Move! Ray! Let's get him!
I'm trying to think if there's anything. So the good thing about the Razer Ripsaw is it has a USB 3.0 interface, so I only have two cards that have USB 3 interfaces. One of those is the
We got them all! Well, save your ammo, that's it!
is the Avermedia Live Gamer Extreme GC550. And this one. So like I said, it's nice that I can just put the microphone in line directly with the game capture device. That's always a nice feature on an external capture card. Yeah, see, like I said, I hate that they lock you into the road here, and it's like you have no choice but to proceed down this deadly funnel of fire. As if anybody would do that.
Let's go! Come on! Push him back, Marines! Don't let up, boys! Nail that sucker!
Wow. Is this guy blind firing over here?
Keep it, boys! I'm coming! Push it, let's go! Don't let up, boys! Cover me! Watch your ammo!
Oh, whoa. Ouch. With, I wonder if one of my objectives is to take out these generators. Also, I have no idea. Oh, there they go. Eliminate the enemy fighter planes. Okay.
We got Zeeks! Someone get on that machine gun!
Oh, that's not good. Where's the machine gun? This thing better be pointing me in the right direction. Oh. No idea where the machine gun is that he's talking about. Oh, you can get on the rock, but you can't actually traverse. So aggravating. Now I feel like I'm just out in the open.
I'm moving up! Move up!
Oh, is that it up there? Okay. How do you get up here? What? No idea where that fire is coming from. Alright, where are the zeros? Did I get him? So I will say, gun mounts in this game is what it excels at. Had lots of opportunities in the Pearl Harbor sequence to eliminate the enemy fighter planes, destroy the radio tower. Okay. When it said eliminate the enemy fighter planes, I thought it meant that there were some on the ground here that it wanted me to get rid of. So yeah, I think that describes all the hardware in play. It's really not a complicated setup, even though it's taken me a ton of time to get the audio mix down right. I lost a little time because I configured it to use Razer's Cortex application for recording, forgetting that I really wanted to use OBS for this, so I eventually figured that out. OBS is working interfaces with it fine. Like I said, it was just a little wonky to get
Demo's hot! Watch it! Fire in the hole!
Why are they all sitting up there? Yeah, like I went around to the other side of the compound. They're just sitting right up there with it. So yeah, I got the audio mix, I think, hopefully, down right. Hopefully that's what it sounds like, that I figured it out. What? Fish in a barrel if I can hurry up and reload. Blast it. Where'd that guy go?
The private here just dropped their CO! He's down! Great shooting, kid!
They're still shooting, which means somebody's still out here. I do not know where he is, though.
They ain't going nowhere! Throw a grenade, Jim! I'm on a roll!
Yeah, melee in this game is not good. Nope, let's not go high.
Heads up, they're moving in!
So yeah, like I said, it's not really a complicated setup today. It's just the Razer Ripsaw and a headset. Like I said, it took me a long time to get the audio mix tweaked correctly.
Grab a knee and catch your breath. We're heading out in 5.
It's just one of those setups that, in order to hear your voiceover at all, you really have to
Your objective is to destroy
crank the voice mix up to, crank the microphone side up to max, and then kind of almost,
down quicker. Now let's just hope that we got those Jap flyboys before they
then
can
almost
spot
douse
us.
the in-game audio down to 0. And hopefully, when I went in and made my last adjustments to OBS, it didn't monkey with the audio settings. So, I mentioned it a couple times, but software-wise and game capture-wise, so the Razer Ripsaw is wired up going over to my secondary game capture machine, my older HP 410-030, which runs 4th generation Core i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, has a 1 terabyte drive in the box, and a 1 terabyte external drive, which is what I'm recording to. Nice thing about this setup is with OBS, I really am not going to have to monkey with video editing afterwards.
After we cleared out the village, we headed into the jungle.
Once this thing is recorded, I'll just be able to extract it and put it straight up on YouTube. I've got all the overlays set up and everything, so not using a webcam today because this is a carryover task from my task list last week, and I had originally intended and expected to be recording this using the
All right, boys.
AGP Tech VG0020, which is a standalone
Stick to the bush as much as you can.
standalone recording device
Point and keep your eyes peeled for
and
signs.
doesn't have an input for a webcam. And when I use those, I've got a couple of those. I've got the AGP Tech VG0020 as well as the AverMedia. Those bad guys right there. Oh no, those were birds. As well as the AverMedia Game Capture HD2. And it's the only negative with those boxes is they don't have direct input for a webcam, which I wish they did. But when I use those boxes, then usually what I will do is record the webcam directly to a PC. Man, this guy takes a long time to reload.
I'm a daisy. Covering fire.
Where am I supposed to be going? Over this way? So it's kind of funny because I remember games like this back in the day. I remember how fun I thought they were, and
Good shot.
they're not as fun anymore because newer games, no idea where that fire is.
I'm on a roll today, guys.
See, like I said, this game has an interesting way of being very linear, and then
Let's go, boys. Keep moving.
that was a little exciting. Of being very linear on you, and then going very asymmetric, and starting to hit you from multiple angles.
Okay, let's have a look.
So this appears like I've got a little more leeway here now to kind of cut my own path, although it's not letting you go through the trees there. And I'm sure this is meant to give you a taste of how difficult it was going through the jungle here and not really knowing any sense of a path and not really knowing where the enemies are going to be coming from. One thing I'm bad about in this game too is I tend to.
聞いてくれよ。最初は俺の方が一晩中ずっと勝ってたんだぜ。ところが急に奴が貸し出しやがって、気がついたらすっからかんになっちまったよ。
Sounds like I've got some bad guys up here I can hear talking.
おい、俺は思うに、奴は行かせない。Frank! Don't let him get away! Frank's hit, yo!
What I don't like with this weapon, come on, come on.
Bullseye, Tom! Move it, yo!
Yeah, you have the pistol, so change the SMG for that, yeah. Oh. Blast. Did that guy run off?
Nice job, kid! Be right there! Stay with me, Marine.
The nice thing about this is by taking one of their weapons.
Miss the artery, you're okay. There's one!
Where?
Where'd that chap go?
Jeez. Okay, so this is still single shot, but at least...
Watch the flanks, yo! Watch out! Jab squad!
You guys get him? Oh! Maybe we don't continue firing at the truck when I'm like sitting right beside it, gentlemen. And one thing I need to see is this a med kit? No, it says it's explosives.
Okay, let's have a look.
Where's my medic? So I guess what I should be doing is standing guard while he's doing that. I think I see a bad guy down there.
Hang in there, buddy.
I definitely have movement.
Muzzle flash, get down! Tommy's on a roll, y'all! They're bonsaiing! I see one! Heads up, y'all! Hey, Tommy!
So what I've been trying to say is that, yeah, picking up the Japanese rifle means still a single shot. I was hoping it was a little more automatic,
They're retreating, let's get them!
but
They're retreating!
it means I have access to tons of ammo. That's not good.
I'm moving up! Tommy, watch out! Go!
I think that guy is still in the tower, though.
Watch it! We got jabs! Not bad, Tommy! Hit that crate!
These explosives. That's not doing anything. I don't know what crate he's talking about.
Good one, Tom! I'm reloading!
Feels like a...
They're falling back!
Come on.
Come on, y'all! Let's go! Marines, rally up! Get 'em!
Blast it. I thought there was a machine gun nest up here that I could have taken advantage of. Oh, that's what they wanted to do. There we go.
Check that crate! They're coming right for us! Tommy's on a roll, y'all! Jabs up ahead! Nice one, Frank!
Okay.
Think that's it?
I thought those were bad guys in the building. I was about to shoot them. Alright. Locate the Japanese fuel depot. Yeah, it also helps a lot that now I can actually see what my objectives are supposed to be, which I had been completely ignoring and just trying to follow the arrow, and it's even taking me a large part of the game to figure out that arrow was. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be picking up the Japanese weapons every time from here on out. It's always horrible playing the only thing worse than playing a first-person shooter on an allergy day is playing a racing game on a bad allergy day. You can barely see the track. So I've got about 5 more minutes. To play this morning. And these are the segments of this game that I really don't like.
They smoked that guy! Nice hit, Willie! That had to be their captain! Rally up!
Yes, I don't really care for this system of squad commands, because they only make like 1 or 2 squad commands out of the 4 available to you at a time, and I'm like, if you're just gonna... Right, if there's clearly a command that you want me to give the squad and you're going to limit me to doing specifically that, then just don't give me squad commands, just forcibly, you know, direct them to take that action. Like, if I don't really have control of the AI, then there's no point in making me feel like I have control of the AI. Yeah, this is one of these games where... see, I hate the arbitrary, you can jump over this, but you can't jump over that. Like, clearly I should be able to get over that log. I don't really know what the point of that is. Is that to force me into the jungle? But like, where is a path? Where is an open path through the jungle? So I encountered 1 Japanese patrol on foot and took them out, but I don't get what's going on here. Am I supposed to crawl under this thing in the prone position? That doesn't seem... Nope. I did not get this at all. I still haven't found the fuel depot. I actually thought that was it back there. I can't get over this. Now I seem to be stuck on it. Do I need to use explosives? What is it doing? Get out of the way. I didn't do a thing. It wants me to go this way. So it seems like it's pointing me to a path through the jungle, but I am just not finding that path. Right, and I can see how they would make me want to go around, but I cannot tell where around is. It'd be one thing if it were directly to the left or right of this log. This is aggravating. This is really aggravating. And I really don't want to end my game session with this being stuck somewhere. Oh.
Warm up, boys. Still got a ways to go.
That's I have a host of expletives that I was about to go through. So anyway, that's a little Let's Play of Medal of Honor Pacific Assault, an older game from 13 years ago, back in the heyday of shooters and of World War II shooters, and we're heading back into that time now. So there'll be plenty of other similar fare hitting the market this holiday season, although I'm sure it will be quite more advanced. So once again, thanks a lot for joining in on this episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube. My name has been Agascles Stamus from GearWorks.com. That's going to do it for me today. I am out of here.